Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. Hey, we got our Marine tech. Excellent. What are we going to research next? You know what we're going to do? It's 1940. We're going to research our JKN-class destroyer, which will allow us to do some funny trickery over here with the Halifax shipyards. What we're going to do is follow that up with the destroy effort to eliminate the ahead-of-time penalty for destroyer models. We'll be able to go for the Algonquin-class destroyer model right away, and we'll get some 1944 destroyers a little bit early. We have guaranteed Greece. We really do want to get pulled into this war sooner rather than later. The problem is, if I do declare war, as a democracy, the United States may not be willing to join in on offensive war. So we kind of have to hope that we get a defensive call to arms. And Greece is certainly a target. I mean, Italy, Turkey, there's a lot of potential over there. Or, you know, we get D-Day'd, which I guess would be a thing. Netherlands had capitulated. Okay. My fleet over here. I'm going to move because we're going to need, if we do a naval invasion over here, we're going to need a little bit of intel. So what I'm going to do with this fleet is I am going to get them to dock over here. And once they get there, I'll probably get them to just patrol around eastern Micronesia. Got some radar detection tech, which is fine. 1940. We could start on some nuclear research. It takes a long time. It's going to take us over a year to research one tech. It gives you a research discount afterwards, but you're really falling behind overall by doing this. I don't know. And the thing is, you can only nuke things where you've got air superiority, so I don't think that's really in the cards for us, unfortunately. I'm going to start getting some decryption tech, because I think it might help give us more intel in these areas, which of course we need to get our invasions to work. So we can see what we can do. Meanwhile, we continue to develop mostly our infrastructure over here, going at speed 5, while the German Reich pushes hard east against the Soviet Union. I mean, I suppose I could have guaranteed some more European nations earlier on. But no, again, you know, we're sort of semi-isolationist. I think, you know, what's happening is the North Americans are starting to realize, finally, the true threat that the German Reich is bringing here. That maybe they're going to be currently unstoppable, because it turns out I gave them a huge boost to their protection. This is a super Germany that's going on over here. And once this winter breaks, they're just going to roll through the Soviet Union. With like a one-front war and their bonuses, and the Soviet Union really having very little production this early on, yeah, they're going to have a hard time. So next level of infantry tech, which is nice. I could get the second level Marines, but I'm not sure that that's the most important thing right now. I think we're going to go here. Of course, we're going to have to update our production of civilian stuff. Oh, look at the background has changed too with the outdated. I don't remember that being a thing. That's very handy. Thank you so much. My ships here, I'm going to make sure we're only generating the one Ottawa-class ship, because we are going to be trying to sneak in a new type. We may have to build a second one. I think actually the timing will work out that there'll be another one being built. But that's okay. Halifax shipyards. So let's review. We are currently researching the JKN class. So if I go and do the destroyer effort, the 50% research bonus won't apply. Instead, it'll be the next one. The next tech will be the minus 100% ahead of time penalty, which we are going to go ahead and do. Okay, I like that. We'll get some really quality destroyers a lot sooner than expected. Armored operations is done. I don't know if I'm going to go down any further. You know, the reduced supply consumption is actually really good for the sort of terrain we're going to be dealing with over here. These guys here, do I want to swap them over to Marine divisions? Again, the Marines are obviously a lot stronger at these sorts of invasions, but I don't think they're any faster. And I'm not sure that one Marine division is going to be able to deal with any particular threat. I'm hoping that these islands are just empty. Still, I suppose if I did turn them into Marines, then they might be able to get some actual experience. I could even exercise them up, get them some actual experience for the future. So that division as a whole will have XP. They'll lose some XP as we redesign them. I suppose that's fine. We do have a Marine division already in there. The design for it, I did check, was just 4 battalions, which is the same as the garrison size, but they're just being upgraded with slightly better gear, is really it. I have enough experience. What I should do is actually go ahead and throw in a engineer company, which gives you a bonus to amphibious assaults, as well as lots of things. It's actually very nice to have on a Marine division over here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'm going to go and upgrade these guys to Marines. Yeah, we got lots of equipment for this, so that's going to be okay. Marines. Oops. Close. Marines. And I'll get them all exercising. I'll have to make sure to turn that off quite quickly if war breaks out so that they can regain their organization. Yeah, I want to get them at least to regular level. If we're going to invest in this. They may not, maybe not veterans. Japan and Australia. Good God. This is so... The fascists are really running the table on the world over here, and this is really unpleasant. Oh, Sevastopol. That's Crimea, eh? Oh, good God. Oh, man. This is really bad. This is really bad. And the thing is, if we'd been part of the Allies, I don't think this would have changed anything at this juncture. It's not time for that kind of counterattack. The downside is the United States won't be coordinating with the Allies. But, I mean, we're going to get into this war. I think the U.S. is going to get into the war against the fascists at relatively similar timing. Maybe a little later. I don't know. So we have our guarantee on Greece over here. So at some point, Italy or something, the Turkey's part of the Axis too. Yeah, they're going to justify some war on Greece and go for it. Okay, our factory is empty. How far away are we? So we got to finish this and the next one. I guess we will indeed squeeze in one more Ottawa-class destroyer here. Sorry, did that say in 1.72 years? Oh. Without the oil and without the steel, we are getting it slower. I'm not going to import that. We need a lot of steel. We need to get some of those mines up and running, actually. We have a little bit of oil, but not much. And with our free trade, we're exporting a lot of it. We may end up changing that. Do we do that now, actually, which is an interesting question. What other political advisor can we get? War industrialist, actually, is probably a good idea. And speaking of which, how's our construction? Still coming along slowly. We'll probably want some extra naval dockyards. But for now, we're okay. Free trade is still good for some tech and various things right now, but we probably have to go and scale back on it later on so that we get to keep some of our resources as we produce more of them. I actually don't know if, like, people are actually trading any of these things yet. No. Like, we've got it, like, reserved for export, but no one's actually doing any of this. So when I went to free trade, I was hoping that people would be buying our resources and giving us more civilian factories, but it's not the case. We're still getting to benefit from extra research, but at this point, we actually may want to pull back on the trade deals. So we spent some political power there, and it may not have paid off, which is too bad. Okay, Germany pursues closer bonds with Germany. They seem pretty close as is. I don't know. Oh. Oh. Italy is justifying against us, although it's showing Turkey. Why is it showing Turkey? Is Turkey the last one I opened? Is that it? Maybe that was it. If I right-click on Turkey, you are... Oh, is it maybe their focus? So it's not showing it to me properly? I'm guessing that's what's happening right now is Italy has got a focus that's about conquering Greece. So when that happens, our guarantee of Greece will fire, will get pulled into the war, and because it's a defensive call, the US should join. Okay, I guess, okay, you've reached regular status. Excellent. Yeah, stop the exercise. Come on, stop. Stop. And stop. And if we take a look at our fleet... Oh, I should have had the new ships auto-join the Atlantic Squadron, which needs to be renamed. Atlantic Squadron. And so, this ship, I'm also going to get you to... Oh, we're getting attrition over here? Oh, it's probably left over from the exercise. Okay. It's just sort of a not clear thing. So you're going to patrol over here. So we can get a little bit of intel. Can we get numbers on that right now? Naval supremacy, yeah, but what about the actual... No. Pacific Line Ridge, which is... Wait. What are you complaining about for intel? Oh, that's one of you coming out of here. Right, but let's say I... So you would be able to do it. Okay. And with the U.S. in here, hopefully they'll move a bunch of ships over here. So yeah, we might not actually be able to do naval invasion from these spots over here. Unless... I don't know if this is a good idea. But if I took this fleet and told you to also do this, I don't know if that would be enough intel. Yeah, they seem okay now. Things might change once we actually find ourselves in a war, but for now it's okay. And yeah, we'll try to get some extra ships added in here. I don't remember if there's an easy way to merge them. Like, I can't tell this fleet to just go and... I don't know, merge in there. Suppose I can just give you the same escort duty and then that'll be a start. But yeah, Oops. If I go and say this... One or more of them is on a mission. So if I tell you here to not be on a mission, can I merge you then? There we go. Excellent. And you'll merge into the one with the mission. Okay. All right. That's much better. So hopefully, once they declare war on Greece, we make this move here. I'm sure Japan will jump into it, and I'm hoping the U.S. jumps into it too. If they don't, well, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Low manpower will be changing those laws soon. So yeah, I've got to bank my political power for a conscription law change. We're going to need that pretty darn quickly. So we no longer have ships patrolling over here. We're hoping the U.S. has some. We'll see about building some more. And we are building some more as is. Very slowly without the oil here. We got to change probably our export laws. I mean, I suppose I could start exporting some oil now. It'll cost me some civilian factories. Or importing some oil. Maybe. And I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, it's not super efficient. Because we'll be wasting a little overkill of oil. But at least it does give the US another civilian factory, so they're still going to be using that. Same thing here, at least we can help our ally a little bit. We don't have much in the way of... I have 6 civilian factories left. But that will accelerate the rate of... Okay, here's our destroyer effort. National focus done. So once we get the next... destroyer done, we can research and be way ahead of time. Okay, that's great. Air bases, radars, it's all very good. I don't think that's critical. We're not in a war yet, so I can't do war bonds. Again, we're going to have to make a hard choice over here between getting extra manpower and getting a bunch more production. 7 more factories here, civilian and military. Versus considerably more manpower. Retool Angus shop sucks. It's only 1 military factory, but it does lead to 14 oil. I'm wondering about taking the Canadian Pacific Railway right now. This gives us a little bit of oil too, though. A lot of recruitable population. And removes this conscription crisis. One way or the other, or tweaks it. And I think we will have a massive manpower shortage going forward, so... Yeah, I think I'm going to go down the commit to war branch rather than National Steel Car. So then the question is, do I take the polymer thing? Do I take some research bonuses? Valentine tank, we're going to want to grab that at some point. And we could eliminate all the ahead of time penalty for that and start producing the tanks, but I don't think that's reasonable. We don't need the Mountaineers. There's a discount for Marine Tech. Let's do that. Or, you know what? Refuge for Scientists. It's only going to give us a 10% tech bonus because we've only got one person in our faction, but it will allow tech sharing with the United States. And if ever the U.S. invites more people to our faction, then it's going to become even better. I don't expect it. I think it'll just be Canada and the U.S. together against Mega Uber Germany, which does not fill me with confidence at all. But if we can take out Japan earlier, alleviate some pressure on the eastern front of the Soviet Union. Although, I mean, they're right outside Moscow. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Why did I make a Turbo Germany in a game where I was not playing a major power? A Turbo Germany in a game where I was playing, say, as the Soviet Union. That makes a lot of sense. A Turbo Germany when I'm playing as an independent, non-allied Canada? What the hell was I thinking? Oh, it's fantastic. We're gonna lose. The Nazis are gonna win. But we'll give it our best shot anyway. Seriously, U.S., you really have to get Mexico in on this. I don't think there's anything I can do. Like, I think if I improve relations or anything, it doesn't matter. You're already democratic. And if these guys get declared on, they'll just join the Allies instead of us. Well, hopefully the UK can hold out over here. Keep the Navy here in check. But Germany's going to get more and more industrial base. It's going to be quite sickening, the sort of stuff they're going to be able to pop out in a couple of years. So there's still some justification against us. We're still going on speed 5. We've got our invasion plan over here for whatever it's worth. Oh, I need to rename that fleet. Not the Atlantic Squadron, it's the Pacific Squadron. Pacific. And again, the ships we're building will join the Pacific Squadron. Excellent. 4.7 per year right now. Decryption. I guess I'll grab the encryption bonus as well. Because we don't have a discount to anything, I think, right now. Which is a little bit on the poor side, but yeah. We're not going to go nuclear because it's going to take over a year to research. Yeah, you get a research discount afterwards, but it's really not a win. Improved computing machine actually is really handy, though, so let's go and prioritize that. Okay. God damn it. So, are they declaring on Greece? What's going on here? I assume is what's going on. There you go. Italy lays claim to Greek territory, as expected. I'm going to bring the speed down because they'll almost certainly declare war like any second now. Unless they don't because they're worried about, bringing Canada, mighty Canada, into the war against Italy, against the fascists. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll declare pretty soon. Ooh, look at this. There it is. The U.S. responded to this right away with moving some troops here. Greece joins the Allies. Italy declares war on Greece. So, I'm confused. Did our guarantee get invalidated when they joined the Allies or something? How come I'm not in the war? What? How come I'm... What? How come we're not in the war? Okay. Well, there's our super discounted Algonquin class. 44 days. Nice. Outdated equipment, yeah, I know. It's okay, though. Because I can't just swap the production. I'm very confused. Like, did the US get the call as the faction leader, or some damn thing? Now I'm worried we're not going to get pulled into this until someone declares war on someone in the Americas. If Venezuela joins the Axis, it might be interesting, because they might decide to go after one of their neighbors or something like that. Well, damn. Now I'm worried we're just going to miss the entirety of the war. If I declare war, the United States is going to get a minus 50 modifier to their decision to join alongside me, because it's a democratic power joining an offensive war. They're not going to be willing to do it. If I declare war, the U.S. is probably not going to follow. So, what the shit? I thought I did everything. Yeah, god damn it. All right, well, guys, we're back to speed 5, and I think we might just miss the entirety of the war. What the hell? Refuge for scientists. Excellent. Because there's nothing I'm going to get the infrastructure over here to prep going down here. Again, we need these tech discounts, but... Although, we're not going to be able to go down here until the war starts. It's all just a dead end. Well, let's get some tech discounts. God damn it. Modify government. So one of the things I'm thinking is pulling back on free trade over here. If I wait until we're in a war, we could flip right to limited exports. Like, meanwhile, we are enjoying a 10% discount to our research time and a big boost to our construction speed. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it for now. That's fine. I don't need to change my recruitment policies yet. Don't even really have much of a choice because of the war stuff. I guess we're going to take one of the aircraft design things. They'll have the 10% aircraft decrease time. Most likely, a lot of what we're going to get the best bang for our buck out of, because we're not really going to get around to the carrier. Some strategic bombing, maybe, but I'm thinking mostly naval bomber stuff. Protect our shores. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Research slot is available. So we're doing the ship, which is great. We can get a 10% discount on these Marines because of the shared tech with the US. I'm going to wait a little bit longer on that, because we're going to get some other stacking bonuses. So the US is going down base strike. That's okay. We actually might want to go and unlock some fighters. 1940. Now, look at the decryption. It's fast, and I don't know. Although there's no discount for it, which is too bad. We've got the free dockyard. I'm going to wait because in 21 days we'll have the Algonquin class. So then I'm going to start building those. Well, guys, I'm really disappointed. I thought we'd be in a war right now. And I have no idea how long it's going to take the Axis to declare war on something in the Americas. It might, like... Again, if I declare war right now, the U.S. won't jump in. So... What if I declared war on something in the Americas? Because the U.S. is guaranteeing independence of everyone. Does that include Venezuela? It does. Yeah, they haven't generated world tension, so I can't. I can generate a war goal against Japan. Or Germany or something like that. Denmark's capitulated. Huh. Diversify the program. And they're already white pieced out with Finland. Like, oh, we could justify or we could guarantee Finland or something, but that doesn't seem to work. Well, this is really boring. Should we just stop this game and restart as with a different strategy? Okay, there's our Algonquin class. Excellent, good. We're looking for that. We are the walkie-talkie. You know what? Go ahead and get me the level 2 Marines now. That's going to be fine. We'll get the 50% discount for the level 3 later on. That's going to be okay. So now we can build these Algonquins. We don't. We actually do have no naval experience. So just build the Algonquins as is, and I'll get you to keep joining the Pacific Squadron. What the hell, Greece? They're just like, no, we're not going to call you in. Meanwhile, Japan's falling. Fall of Moscow. Well, the United States has got its various war goals. I guess at some point, the U.S. will decide to jump in on something. And that's what we have to wait for. Which is really damn unfortunate. I was hoping to drag the North American Alliance, North American Alliance into the war myself, but I think we're just gonna have to sit on our hands. I'm really terribly sorry, guys. I thought this would be a much more exciting and interesting Let's Play. And I mean, it would have been like a fascist or communist Canada. Yes, absolutely would be the preferable and more exciting option. But unfortunately, I've just done communist and fascist runs. So I wanted to do something different. I guess I could have done Canada as part of the Allies. I don't know. I suppose I could go back to an earlier save to like before we split off. I mean, that would have been what, episode 2, episode 3, something? I could just play something else. I could play as the British Raj, or I could play as Australia, because they have unique ideas, and it might be interesting to see that. I could actually just play as a, Leon Trotsky. You know what might be good, actually? Is what if we just played as the United Kingdom? The United Kingdom doesn't have all the fresh new, idea groups, but it does have all of the new vassal interaction stuff, which is fun. We'd have to manage Canada, the Raj, Australia, and a handful of other places through our Dominion and the Commonwealth. We get to take advantage of that bonus. Then it might make a lot of sense to play against a super Germany. In fact, what I'd probably do is crank Germany to 100% the max, which I kind of like the idea of. Build a few more naval dockyards. And then some more military factories, I guess. Well, I mean, we'll go at least one more episode on max speed. And hope that... You know what we need? We need freaking Japan to go and Pearl Harbor. That's what we need to have happen. I guess that's it. We're just going to wait. We're basically just like... I don't know, basically just the U.S. early on. I don't even know if they're leasing things. They're doing limited intervention now. I guess that's it. We're just going to keep playing this basically like a non-allied U.S., where they come in late into the war, but not as part of the Allies, but then we'll get to have some fun then. So that's probably it. So we're going to fast forward through a lot. I got to say, I guess the series overall will be shorter, because we're just going to be fast forwarding through a lot of stuff while we wait for the war to break out. But that's fine. Then we'll war then. All right, we'll just be patient. You know me, I like to war early and often, as frequently as possible, actually. And that's not going to be the case right yet. Yeah, I'm just going to grab some more places that'll give us some discounts, and that'll be that. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, thank you very much for watching. Next episode, we'll keep going at speed 5, and we'll wait until Japan declares on us, or the U.S. intervenes through some other things, and of course I will say yes, they're called arms. But I know they won't say yes to mine. I know they won't say yes to mine if I start one. So, God, Australia. Damn. Interesting. I always come in over here when I invade Australia. Because I'm like, I want to grab their main cities, their main ports. They do tend to be a little bit more defended. It's interesting that they came in here. I guess they've got the one port over here in Townsville. Townsville? Really? Townsville? Come on, Australia. Get your shit together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.